Let's be clear from the start. The true danger isn't the one glaring at you across the room. It's the person who smiles warmly, chuckles at your quips, maybe even hands you coffee, all while secretly wishing you'd vanish forever. Sounds intense, perhaps, but reality often outstrips fiction in its chilling strangeness. Someone in your circle right now might be scheming your ruin, and you'd never guess until it's too late. Hatred is obvious, but murderous intent, cloaked in a charming, polished, Instagram-perfect mask. That's the real terror. Most miss the clues until they're deep in the wreckage. This video isn't about sowing fear. It's about arming you for survival. You're about to uncover 5 subtle yet chilling signs that someone doesn't merely dislike you. They want you erased, gone for good. These aren't wild theories or gut feelings. They're rooted in psychological patterns, and spotting them could protect your life or another's. Before we plunge into the shadows, do yourself a solid. Hit that subscribe button. After this, friendly will never look the same. Ready? Let's dive in. Sign 1. The silent observer. Among the most sinister and easily missed signs that someone wishes you harm is what I call the silent observer. This isn't your average social media stalker or idle neighborhood gossip. No, this is far more calculated, deliberate, and menacing. These individuals don't just glance your way. They dissect you. They track your routines, catalog your habits, and study your schedule with a precision that feels like covert espionage, not casual interest. Their subtlety is so refined, so quiet, that most don't notice until it's too late. Picture this. Someone knows your coffee order without ever discussing it. They show up at your gym, your park, your grocery store, always at your exact time. It seems like chance until it isn't. What makes this deadly is how it slips under the radar. We're conditioned to dismiss these patterns as overthinking. Predators thrive on that doubt, turning your hesitation into their weapon. Take Christine, a mid-level manager who ignored her ex-boyfriend's uncanny appearances at her usual spots. Months after their breakup, she thought he was just clinging to the past. But soon she realized he wasn't just nearby. He knew her moves before she made them. She switched gyms, altered her commute, shopped at new stores. Yet he kept reappearing. No threats, no confrontations, just steady, eerie surveillance. Her friends called it obsession. She later saw it for what it was: premeditation. This isn't about lingering feelings. It's about control, about erasing uncertainty before striking. Epictetus warned that appearances can deceive, urging the wise to guard their inner peace vigilantly. When someone disrupts that peace, showing up too often, knowing too much without cause, it's not time to excuse. It's time to probe. In our connected world, surveillance doesn't need a van outside your door. Just social media, shared contacts, or unguarded habits. The most dangerous aren't those who rage openly, but those who smile while charting your every step. This isn't fear-mongering. It's discernment, a Stoic virtue. Wisdom starts with keen observation and ends with firm action. If someone keeps surfacing in your life without clear purpose, especially uninvited, that's not coincidence. It's a warning. Notice the patterns. Question the chance encounters. Trust your instincts above all. That unease isn't paranoia. It's clarity. When your spirit feels off, don't doubt it. Heed it. The scariest predators don't shout threats. They watch in silence, waiting for the moment your guard drops. Sign 2. The saboteur strategy. Here's a chilling truth. Social psychology reveals that a lie about someone, even if later disproved, lingers in others' perceptions, tainting their view. This power of suggestion fuels the saboteur's strategy, a sinister tactic far beyond petty gossip. When someone seeks not just to wound you, but to isolate you entirely, they wage a covert war, not only against you, but against the very foundations of your support system. This isn't idle chatter. It's a deliberate campaign of character assassination, executed with such finesse that the damage spreads before you even notice. These saboteurs glide like phantoms, planting whispers in carefully chosen ears at precise moments. To your employer, they suggest you're unreliable. To your friends, they hint you've turned toxic or distant. Never a direct accusation that's too blatant. Instead, they sow seeds of doubt, suspicion, and misunderstanding, each fragment seeming unrelated. Because each incident appears isolated, no one connects the dots, not even you at first. You might question your own stability as everything unravels at once. Why do conflicts keep arising? That's the saboteur's genius, calculated fragmentation. They don't act on impulse, but with cold intent, orchestrating disputes to paint you as erratic. Behind the scenes, they pulled strings to discredit you in personal and professional circles, posing as victims or concerned allies, while unraveling the trust others place in you. Their aim isn't merely to tarnish your reputation. It's to sever your lifelines, ensuring you stand alone when their final blow lands. From a Stoic perspective, this is particularly insidious as it strikes at the inner strength and rational clarity Marcus Aurelius urged us to cultivate. He wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." But a saboteur's fog isn't a challenge to grow through. It's a poison that clouds your path, tempting you to react emotionally rather than reflect with wisdom. If you chase every rumor, you're ensnared in their game, defending yourself only to appear more suspect. Your defense is awareness. Anchor in evidence, not emotion. Document interactions, emails, messages, timelines. Keep your integrity sharp and your circle tight. The Stoics taught that character shines through chaos over time. When someone lurks behind your conflicts, always present but never named, stop excusing them. You're not facing a mere manipulator. You're up against a strategist bent on your destruction. Sign 3. The false friend facade. Now, we venture into darker territory. The third, and perhaps most deceptive sign, that someone harbors not just disdain, but a desire for your downfall, is the false friend facade. This ancient tactic remains one of the hardest to detect. We're taught to see kindness as virtue, warmth as loyalty. But when a distant acquaintance suddenly becomes an overly invested confidant, without clear history or reason, don't rejoice. Be wary. These individuals aren't seeking your trust. They're securing access. Their concern is a calculated act, not genuine care. They probe deeply, asking about your routines, relationships, fears, even past wounds. But their aim isn't to heal you, it's to gather intelligence. They cozy up to your family, linger in your workplace, offer help with errands or personal matters. This isn't support, it's surveillance. Every secret you share becomes a weapon, a point of leverage, a vulnerability they'll exploit. What makes this so insidious is how good it feels at first. You feel seen, heard, valued. Someone cares enough to listen, to understand. But behind that warm facade lies a cold, strategic mind, mapping your life with surgical precision. They're not forging a bond. They're plotting the most effective path to your weak spots. Seneca cautioned, "Trust is earned, not freely given to those who smile and listen. The Stoics prized sophrosyn, wise moderation, as the shield of emotional safety. When someone's interest feels too sudden, too intense, too personal, pause and ask, what do they truly seek? It's easy to confuse familiarity with friendship, but predators exploit this. They mirror your words, mimic your emotions, share just enough vulnerability to lower your guard. Meanwhile, they catalog your details like spies building a dossier. Wrapped in charm and empathy, they evade suspicion from you and those around you until the damage is done. To counter this, slow the connection. Guard your privacy as fiercely as your peace, for it depends on it. Ask why this person now craves access to parts of your life they once ignored. True friendship grows slowly, organically. Sabotage thrives in haste. Trust isn't about who feels safe, but who keeps you safe when you're not looking. The false friend doesn't seek your loyalty. They hunt your weaknesses. When they've gathered enough, they know exactly where to strike. Be kind, be warm, but be discerning. Evil cloaked in friendship isn't connection. It's a carefully crafted disguise. Sign 4. Escalating aggression. The fourth chilling sign, often dangerously ignored, is what I call calculated escalation. Those with intentions beyond mere dislike rarely leap to overt violence. Instead, they probe with subtle aggression, conditioning you to tolerate behavior that darkens over time. It starts small, offhand remarks with unsettling undertones, like a joking, "I could end you right now," followed by a chuckle, or casual mentions of violence passed off as edgy humor. These aren't careless words. There's deliberate tests of your boundaries and fear. Consider the case of Leah, a young woman who moved into a new apartment in 2016. She met Adam, a neighbor who seemed awkward but friendly. Over time, he grew intrusive, offering help with groceries, joining her in elevators, asking oddly precise questions about her schedule. At a community cookout, he quipped he'd be a perfect killer because he knew how to hide evidence. Everyone laughed. Leah, uneasy, dismissed it, but his behavior shifted. Adam began closing the distance, brushing past her in hallways without apology, lingering too near. Once, he blocked her apartment door, claiming he needed to talk. Then came the moment that shattered her denial. A hunting knife left neatly on her doormat. No note, no explanation. Authorities initially called it a prank, but Leah acted. She installed a camera, changed her locks, and tracked every encounter. A month later, footage caught Adam attempting to pick her lock at 2 a.m., gloved, with a suspicious duffel bag. Investigations revealed Adam's journal, detailing Leah's routines, haunts, and a chilling execution window. This is the grim reality. Predators often start with harmless-seeming acts to desensitize you. A joke, a shove, a fleeting threat. These are steps in a psychological script. Seneca warned, "Forewarned is forearmed." The Stoics urged us to train our minds for awareness, not fear, to anticipate danger with clarity. If someone's jokes carry threats, if they test your space, or study your reactions instead of connecting, that's not a quirk, it's a warning. Ignoring these signs risks more than your peace. It could cost your life. Pay attention if someone repeatedly crosses lines and laughs it off. Notice when their presence feels invasive, their words laced with menace. These are probes, not accidents. Stay vigilant, document everything, and trust your unease. The Stoic mind doesn't flinch from truth. It faces it. When aggression escalates, even subtly, It's not a game. It's a signal to act, to protect yourself before the threat becomes undeniable. Sign 5. The patient predator. We now reach the 5th and most perilous sign that someone may wish you erased. The patient predator. Unlike those who erupt in anger or leave blatant threats, this enemy is chillingly composed. Their power lies not in outbursts, but in patience. They play what Stoics like Epictetus would call the long game, every step measured, rehearsed, and timed with lethal precision. They can bide their time, months, even years, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. What makes them terrifying is their normalcy. They don't trigger alarms, they inspire trust. The dependable coworker, the neighbor who tends your plants, the friend who never forgets your birthday. They seem flawless, but beneath their calm facade lies a mind plotting betrayal. They inquire about your plans, not out of care, but to map when you'll be alone, away, or vulnerable. Every conversation is intelligence gathering. Every favor, a step toward lulling you into false security. Epictetus warned, "Our greatest threat is what we overlook while assuming fairness." He urged, "First decide who you would be, then do what you must." But a patient predator crafts a mask to deceive. Their kindness is bait, their life a performance. They don't err. They wait for your mistake, a broken routine, a thinned support network, a dropped guard. That's when they act, unseen because you trusted them. To protect yourself, grant deep trust slowly, especially to those who rush closeness without cause. Keep your plans private, your boundaries firm. Kindness doesn't mean blind access. The Stoic mind stays alert, even when all seems well, especially then. If these signs stir a name in your mind, don't dismiss it. The silent observer, saboteur, false friend, escalating aggressor, or patient predator isn't just negativity. They're a potential threat. Let's face it, if your gut's whispering something's off, this video likely confirmed what you dreaded but needed. Hatred rolls its eyes. A predator studies, sabotages, smiles, escalates, and waits. That's not trivial. It's lethal. If a nice person came to mind, heed that instinct. As the adage warns, evil doesn't arrive with horns. It wears a mask of trust. Do 2 things now. Save this video. You'll want to revisit these signs when your instincts flare again. Then, watch our next video on spotting covert narcissists, as these tactics often align with manipulative traits. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse to stay ahead of danger, and share this with someone who might be unaware. Your share could save a life. Knowledge is your shield, but action is your survival. Stay sharp, but trust wisely. And above all, stay alive. It's not paranoia if someone's truly plotting your downfall. Keep your guard up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bonus sign: the mask of indifference. Before you go, there's one more sign. A subtle, insidious signal that someone may harbor intent to harm you. The mask of indifference. Weak souls wear their emotions openly, but the dangerous ones master the art of detachment, appearing aloof while quietly orchestrating your downfall. They don't rage or fawn. They project a chilling neutrality, as if you barely register in their world. Yet behind this facade, they are watching, planning, and waiting with a predator's calm. This isn't the indifference of someone uninterested. It's a calculated act. They avoid overt conflict or affection, staying just out of focus to evade suspicion. You might notice them at gatherings, observing without engaging, or responding to your presence with vague disinterest. But their eyes linger a moment too long. Their questions, when they ask, cut too close to your vulnerabilities. They seem disconnected, yet they're always there, a shadow in your orbit. What makes this deadly is its invisibility. We're conditioned to fear loud threats or clingy facades, but indifference slips past our defenses. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be vigilant over your own mind, for danger often hides in what seems harmless." The Stoics taught that true wisdom lies in discerning intent beneath appearances. Someone who acts indifferent, yet consistently appears in your life, without reason or invitation, isn't neutral. They are studying you, biding their time until your guard drops. Picture a colleague who never joins office banter but knows your project deadlines, or a neighbor who rarely speaks yet notices your comings and goings. Their detachment feels safe until you realize they've mapped your routines without ever seeming to care. I knew a man, David, who ignored a former friend's sudden aloofness after a falling out. The friend, once warm, became distant, yet kept showing up at David's usual haunts, offering curt nods but no explanation. Months later, David found his car vandalized, with evidence pointing to this indifferent figure who'd been quietly tracking him. The mask of indifference thrives on your doubt. You dismiss their presence as coincidence, their silence as harmless. But Stoic discernment demands you question what disrupts your peace. If someone's neutrality feels too deliberate, too perfectly timed, trust your unease. Document their patterns, tighten your boundaries, and stay alert. The Stoic mind doesn't flinch from subtle threats. It confronts them with clarity. When indifference hides intent, it's not apathy. It's a warning of danger lurking in plain sight.